Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name is Sadie, and to everyone coming back, thank you for returning. If you are new, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe before you leave. Hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads if you enjoy what you see. So in today's video I'm basically going to do an eye look. I've decided I've not done a makeup video for a little while and I haven't really had the chance to have a good play with some makeup, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Basically I recently, well not that long ago, did a video showing some new Peaches makeup pigments that I picked up, and I'm going to be using one of those today for a dramatic eye look. So yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please keep watching. I have started with my base done today. I would normally do my base after my eyes, especially if I'm using a pigment like I am today, but I actually watched Stacey Marie do a live on Instagram yesterday, and she did her base first, and I agreed with what she said in that when you're doing videos like showing an eye look, if you have your base already done, it comes together a lot quicker, whereas if you do your eyes first, at first you look ridiculous, like it doesn't look like it's going to look good because you've got this like loads of makeup on your eye and nothing else. So that's why I've started with my base done today. If you're interested in any of the products that I've used on my face, I will list them all down below, so check down in the description box. So without further ado, let's get going. So to start off, I'm just taking the P. Louise makeup base. Does this have the shade number on it? Mine is in the shade 02. And I'm just going to pop some of this on the back of my hand. And then use a flat brush, just pat it onto my lids. Oh, dropping things already. So I'm just taking this flat brush here. This was just from Amazon or something like that. And I'm just going to dip into the base. It's just not too much on the brush. And then I'm just going to pat it onto my eye. And work up to the brow. Ow! I've got some leftover lashes still on and they're starting to come off, and you know when they like poke you a bit. One just hurt. I'll live. Speaking of Stacey Marie in my intro, I'm going to be using her palette today, which is the Carnival Palette, which I've used many times on this channel. And she's just released a new one, which is like the Carnival something else, which is like the updated, bigger version, and oh my god, it looks amazing. I think if you need any palette in your life, you need her palettes. It's this one here. What more could you need? So yes, I'm gonna do both my bases and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I've got a base on both my eyelids, I'm going to start with the darkest colours I'm going to be using. So I'm going to mix together Liquor and Mood and just pack that on the outer corner. I'm going to get a little bit of the product on the brush at a time because obviously I've already got my base on and these are really dark colours and we don't want any fallout down on my face. So we're literally just going to go a tiny bit at a time. I'm also not taking this too high at this point in time because we're going to blend it out afterwards and blend it upwards. So now I'm just going to brush off my brush. I'm going to take the colour trying to decide what way to go with this. I'm going to take a bit of Wasted, which is a bright purple. We'll just go with that. And do the same slightly further in. And then again on the very inner corner of my eye, well not the inner corner, this inner third, I'm going to do the same thing with Funky, which is like a hot pink. So now we've got to this point, I'm going to take a clean brush. I think this is clean anyway, give it a wipe. And I'm going to, it wasn't clean. I'm going to just blend out the dark corner in this side and just softly go over that and brush it upwards. And I'm going to take a little bit more of those two colours and just go over that, and again bringing it up. Now that that has blended out that corner a little bit, I'm going to go in again with each of the colours just to make sure the pigment is there that we want. So I'm literally going to go over and do the same thing again. So again with the dark two colours first, we're going to pack on the outer corner, make sure it's nice and intense down here. Then to the purple called Wasted in the centre, and just bring it up ever so slightly. And then lastly with Funky, the hot pink, tapping away because we don't want that fall out all over my face. Like so. Now that we've got that blend, I'm going to swap my brushes, I'll be back in a sec. So I've just got a pretty much clean brush and I'm just going to go over the edges and soften those out a little bit. Like so. To try and get a nice soft edge. And you just want to do really small motions rather than sweeping all the way across your eye. Just a little bit at a time. Now as I've blended, we've lost that pink a little bit. So in a moment, we'll make sure that we pop that back in. And it's really nice and vivid because we don't want to keep all these colours, we don't want to lose anything. So at this point, do I want to take this any higher? I'm going to take it higher. I'm going to repeat what I just did again and just bring them higher up, because if I look straight forward, you can't see the colours all that much unless I do this. So I'm literally just going to bring them a little bit higher up and I'll be back. So now that I've brought that up a bit higher, this is how we're looking. And I'm going to add a little bit of black. So I'm using one of the Sosu palettes. She's got a black down here, just because the Carnival palette doesn't have a black. The new extended one does have a black, so that's good. Glad she's added that. And I'm just going to take this smaller brush here. I've got hair stuck to me. And I'm just going to dip into that black, again tapping off because I don't want black all down my face. And I'm literally just going to place it right in the corner we want it to be deepest. Not using too much. And just a little bit at a time. Just bring that through to the crease a little bit. And sort of stopping where it goes into the pink, just to keep that nice pop there. And the only place that I'm going to sort of blend that is in this outer corner here. So very, very lightly. Going over those edges. And then I'm going to go back to the brush I was using before. Fluffy one. Give it a wipe off of the excess product. And again, just really lightly. Going over this corner to get that blend. Okay, now for the exciting bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So at this point, what I'm going to do is take some NYX glitter glue, pop it on the back of my hand, and we'll be back for the fun part. So I've got some NYX glitter primer just on the back of my hand, and the pigment I'm going to be using is the Double Denim pigment, which is this amazing blue colour. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And I'm going to take a brush. So I'm going to take this one. It's sort of a flat but still a little bit fluffy brush. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing on there because I'd used it before for something else. So just give that a good wipe. And I'm going to dip this into my primer and then pat onto my hand in a different spot just to buff it out so there's just a bit on the bristles. And what I'm going to do is just pat this on the sort of inner part of my eye. Working up from the lash line. To just above the crease so that you can still see it when our eyes are open as well as when they're shut. Now because I've just did a thin layer, that is nice and tacky. So what I'm going to do is dip the same brush into the pigment, tap off, because again, don't want this falling all over my face. I'm just going to take a cotton wool pad under my eye as well, just to try and catch any. And I'm just going to pat this on to the primer. and that is how that pigment is looking. I love that. So I am now going to, that's annoying, move that out of the way. I'm going to go along my lower lash line, and I'm just going to use the same colours that I used on the top of my eye in the same order. So the darkest, then the purple, then the pink. And then I'll be back, because I think I'm going to pop a pigment on my inner corner as well. So I'll be back in a tick. So I'm sorry if the lighting's changed. The sun's just coming out a little bit, and I look so strange with my two eyes, but let's just look at this one. So this is how we're looking at the moment. Squinting a bit because it's so bright. With some of the NYX glitter primer that I still have on the inside of my hand, I'm going to just clean off the double denim pigment from that brush. And then take a little bit of the primer, not too much, and just pop it on my inner corner here. And then I'm going to take, if I can find it, the Mermaid's pigment. Ooh, a rattlesnake. No. Well, let's take that out in case I can't find mermaids. It's in here somewhere. Oh, no. Apparently that's the only one we can't find. Surely. No, okay, never mind. I'm going to use this MAC pigment instead. It's just the vanilla pigment from MAC Cosmetics. And I'm going to take a little pencil brush, dip it into this pigment, and pop that over the glue on the inner corner for an inner corner highlight. It looks alright, but I think I want the pigment that I was looking for in the first place. Hang on. It does look cute. I'm going to see if I can find it and come right back. I found it. The one I was looking for is Mermaid's, and I'm going to do exactly what I just did on my inner corner, but with that pigment. There is a little bit still left on my hand of the glue. So we'll just take that on the inner corner again. And then with this brush, bit of the pigment. That's better. That is what I was after. Wow! So I will show you how this looks. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. So I'm going to do my other eye, pop some lashes on and some lips and a little bit of highlight because I've not done that yet, and I will be back. Voila, this is the finished look. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. I hope it picks up on camera. That is, actually looks pretty good. I think so anyway. I'm particularly proud because I didn't know what I was going to do coming into this. I hadn't practiced this before. I've never done this look before. The only thing I'd decided was that I wanted to use the blue pigment, and that's literally it. The rest I've just made up on the spot. So yes, I'm so happy with how this has turned out. If you like it, then please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. You'll have to head over to my Instagram, which is Sadie B Beauty, for some pics of the look. And yeah, it definitely doesn't go with what I'm wearing, but that's alright, we'll let it slide. So yes, please follow me on my Instagram and check out some pictures, because I'm definitely going to be uploading a picture of this look. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Any questions, comment them down below, and I will list all the products that I've used today. And yeah, I guess that's it. See you next time.